All right, here we are live. I want to welcome everybody that's watching today. I'm David Harbour with eXp Realty. We've got an exciting live webinar tonight. We've got a great guest, Ian Marshall down in Georgia. He's our state broker down there, and we do these probably once a quarter, just kind of updating folks that are interested in hearing more about this wonderful company, what's going on. It seems like every other month there's some new initiative that's going on or a new state that's opening up. So it's a great way of educating those that are interested. Whoop. Excuse me one second. And that's what happens when you go live. I've got a speaker going in the background. Hey, before we get started, though, I know that our legal department always wants us to say a few words about the presentation here. So the information, views, and opinions contained in this broadcast are those of the presenters and are independent of and do not constitute communication from and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of eXp Realty International Corporation or any of its subsidiaries or affiliates. Now that we've gotten that out of the way, hey, I want to introduce our guest today, and what we're going to do is a little bit different format than what we've done in the past. We're going to kind of go over the presentation of some of the nuts and bolts and initiatives that are going on with eXp, but we're also going to have an ebb and flow conversation with one of our brokers that is just doing a fantastic job down in Georgia. He's a former Keller Williams top producer, recruiter, went off on his own, and he recently joined eXp. I'm going to chime him in right here, but his name is Ian Marshall. He's been 11 years licensed and started with Keller Williams. He grew his teams to 6 cities throughout the Southeast. He had 168 people in his downline. Holy smokes. That's a lot of folks. And but he left in 2008. He's going to share some of the reasons why he did that. He started his own firm and recently, as of October 2013, transitioned over to eXp. And since that time, he's tripled the size of his presence in Atlanta to over 60 agents. And, you know, just really phenomenal lead generation guy. He's sold over 500 homes on the web. So there's a lot more, but I'll just introduce Ian Marshall. Welcome, Ian.
Hey, David. How are you tonight?
Good, good.
That's awesome. Well, thank you for having me here. It's this is my first opportunity to do something like this, and I'm typically a walker and a talker, so it's going to take a little bit of getting used to sitting here in front of the computer, but I look forward to it.
Yeah, so we're just going to have fun with this, and for those of you at home, we're using one of our eXp products, which is Google Hangouts. We're able to broadcast live right to our YouTube channel. We can put it on a blog, Facebook, and a number of other places. So if you're watching this, if you're watching it on Facebook, you can actually put a question in at the chat section below. If you're watching it on Google+, the same thing. There's a chat session. If you have any questions throughout this presentation, and I'm actually going to do something a little daring here, I will have my phone right next to me in the event that anybody wants to text a question to me. I should probably have a Twitter feed for this, but it's 703-928-1899. Okay. If I owe you money, don't call me now. So, Ian, tell me a little bit about how why you got into real estate and what led you to this crazy profession.
Well, it's been an interesting decade, and it started off really cool. I actually started off as an admin, so I've started as the floor sweeper all the way up to owning my own firm, and then taking it to the next level with eXp. So started out as an admin in 2003 with Keller Williams, became a buyer's agent, then went as my own agent, then started my own teams and grew into 6 different cities throughout the Southeast at some point with Keller Williams.
Wow. So tonight's topic is also a little bit about why you made the transition from your previous brokerage, and I might also speak. I came from the RE/MAX side when I made the transition over 3 years ago. So we'll get into some of that. But if you're watching this broadcast right now and you come from either one of those models, which are great, have great people and are great companies, but there's a reason why at least I left, and I think Ian did too. So he'll share that. One of the things that I kind of wanted to start off with is the trend or the future of real estate. As many of you may or may not know, eXp was nominated by Inman News as one of the most innovative brokerages in the country a few years back. And I wanted to get your take on what you thought was the future of real estate.
Gotcha. Well, and I'd be glad to share it. I'm definitely very opinionated about this. I truly, truly believe that agents can be successful at any company. There are a lot of opportunities. The thing I love about eXp is that we're only a couple years old, and I really liken our company to a speedboat navigating through the waters like a yacht, a speed yacht, as opposed to a cruise ship, a big cruise liner like a Keller Williams or like a Remax. They really can't turn on a dime, and when we have such an interesting market of whether it was 2008, whether it's the millennials coming, whether it's inflation, whether it's cost of offices increasing across the country, I think we are better able to navigate through the waters with what we have as a company as opposed to a company that has already grown so large. We're able to adjust accordingly, and that's one thing that I absolutely love about eXp.
Yeah, absolutely. I would have to echo that. And I think also one of the things that you talk about our maneuverability as a company is, we're in 30 plus states and in Canada. So, we're not a small brokerage, but I think because due to our ability to communicate and the way we harness technology for that communication and collaboration, information can quickly get disseminated throughout the company.
Absolutely. I look at Keller Williams I look at eXp as one single market center, where when I was with Keller Williams, we have 12, 15 market centers in Atlanta, but I look at eXp as the opportunity to share on a national and international level with one market center that I get to be involved with, as opposed to one local market center where I may not get the type of training or the type of opportunity to get the type of speakers or the coaches or the tech staff that we have on a national level all in one place.
Oh, that's interesting you mention that, because you're right. I mean, most traditional brokerages are set up with, they have an office, a franchise, and they kind of protect their little region. They might be able to get some trainers in on a monthly basis, but with eXp, it's on a grander scale.
Absolutely. You're able to cost effectively bring better talent in for speaking, coaching. Anything that you may need is on a literally national or international scale, as opposed to a scale that's even down to a certain zip code in certain set cities.
That's great. I'm going to flash up here, do a quick screen share, and I'm just going to, for those of you who are not familiar with eXp Realty, I'm going to show you a quick slide here. We have a PowerPoint presentation that we like to share with folks, but this is some of the accomplishments, and I don't mean to bang our drum too much, but when Glenn Sanford, who's our CEO and founder, started the company back in 2009, if you look, it's almost every year there's an incredible milestone that's accomplished. 2011, we were nominated as one of the most innovative brokerages. 2011, we were featured in the Swanepoel Trends Report. In 2012, Glenn Sanford, our CEO and founder, was named as one of the top 100 most influential leaders in real estate. Again, we were mentioned in the Swanepoel Trends in 2013. We then became a publicly traded company, which we'll get into, and our expansion has been, I know that I was here 3 years ago and I was the 10th state. We're already in I think it's 30 states and 2 provinces up in Canada. So our growth is unbelievable.
Absolutely. It's actually been amazing this past year even to see it, and we've actually got a couple extra states that are coming forward that I'm excited about that I probably can't talk about, but it's a lot of fun.
Oh, you have some secrets for us.
Teaser. Yeah.
Very nice. Well, that's the other thing, is that because we don't have that traditional brick and mortar, we can open up in markets at lightning speed and get them ramped up, trained, and on board much faster than the traditional brokerages.
It's incredible. I mean, we've got a thing called Starting Point Tuesdays. I mean, how much better does that get? You're a new licensed agent, jump in the cloud. We have the most incredible resource with our YouTube channel building a huge database of hundreds of hours of teaching to where if someone wants to learn about farming or internet lead generation or anything else, we literally have an online university for it. Absolutely incredible. No one else has anything like that.
And I also want to touch upon the opportunity for expansion here. I mean, you know, it's almost as if the more states we grow, the faster we're growing, because there is a real, what do I want to say? It's a multiplying factor. Everybody who's coming on is so excited about sharing this unique company and all the things that it offers. I wouldn't be surprised within the next 6 months to a year if we were in all 50 states.
I would agree with you there, and I think what's so incredible about our model is it's scalable. You know, our cloud and our platform that we've got can grow, and it can continue to grow, and we don't need additional bricks and mortar. We don't need to be like Cryolike in Memphis, who you know, continues to purchase buildings, and that's their model, is to own the real estate underneath their brokerage models, buildings, and lease the additional space. We don't need to do that because we literally have the most incredible multi-million-dollar looking cloud office that's accessible 24 hours a day.
Now that brings upon a part here. We're gonna try and do this delicately, but obviously you came from the Keller Williams model, and I came from the RE/MAX model. Maybe before we move any forward, you know, there's great agents in those companies, but what was the reason that you felt like, you know what, maybe I'm not in the right place for myself?
That's a good question, because I really enjoyed my time with Keller Williams. I really had a great experience there, and it was a couple of different things. One of them, it was actually three main reasons why I left. I would say that the main reason was that being a 30-year-old company at the time, 26 years old, they really weren't ready for agents like myself or you that could grow into other areas. So I was actually being charged multiple caps in multiple cities. That's one of my favorite things with eXp, is that as I grow with teams into other cities, we're only on the hook for one cap, which is absolutely amazing, and I love it. So I was really being handicapped there as I grew into different markets, and it got very expensive at some point, because every market center that you're associated with Keller Williams, you were charged with an additional cap. So that really kind of handicapped the growth into other markets that I had. Also, the opportunity for growth with eXp is so much greater for being a broker for different areas. There was a lot of politics with Keller Williams of where a new market center opened, how it incubated, how much it cost, and what was associated with that opportunity. With eXp, we're literally from South Atlanta all the way to North Georgia mountains, and we've got agents, you know, coming with us, you know, every other week or every week here in Atlanta that don't have to be geographically constrained to a market center for growth. And my third reason was watching some of the agents that did move for spouses or move to other cities. They just did not have anything to show truly for when they exited the business, and that was one of the main reasons why I did leave.
I'm getting a text right here. What happened to why you left Keller Williams? Okay, so we just kind of touched upon that a little bit. I'm going to give you my perspective coming from the RE/MAX model. First of all, I wasn't even looking to leave. I was actually, I was with a state-of-the-art office, 10,000 square feet of space. I was probably with one of the best brokers on the East Coast. I still consider him a mentor and one of the best brokers out there. But when I stopped and I said, at the end of the day, what's my exit strategy? Well, there wasn't one. I mean, I could, you know, possibly, you know, buy investment properties, but you can do that regardless. Create your name brand and try and sell it. That was kind of, that's a passé thing. Nobody's able to really do that anymore. And so there wasn't really an exit strategy. And I started thinking about my family, my children, and when I started hearing about eXp offering the highest revenue share plan in the business, which would continue after your selling days, that they had stock opportunities for its agents and brokers. The light bulb went that it was something that I had to check out. And as soon as I started, as you will, peeling back the onion and learning more about this non-traditional company that was doing extraordinary things, I couldn't help but leave. It was the most difficult thing, but I couldn't help but leave. You still there, Ian?
Yeah, absolutely. Just going to see if you wanted me to touch on anything else, or how I might.
Oh, no. I was just, when you talk about, the previous brokerages and how wonderful they are. A lot of people don't know this at this point, but I think that we are growing at a faster rate than Keller Williams did their first 5 years at eXp. And so we're kind of, as Stefan Swanepoel says, we're kind of the Amazon of real estate. And, a lot of people didn't know who Amazon was in the mid-'90s. And Porter's Bookstore executives were probably laughing at him. And all of a sudden, 10 years later, they're not laughing anymore.
Absolutely. Well, one thing I'd love to point out about eXp too is that we are already a profitable, publicly traded company, which is amazing. We're a truly open book company. Keller Williams is a private company. You will never know the books of Keller Williams. Ours, you can actually go on Yahoo Finance right now, read our 10Q, see where we're spending money, where we're making money, and it's a completely open book platform that I love.
That's an excellent point. I'm going to share a slide right here quickly on some of the areas that we're located in. And as you can see, we're nearing 30 states. Sounds like you've got a couple more in the pipeline. I know that we just opened up Delaware with John Hannenfeld, who's doing a great job there. But all this great area is opportunity, not only for the brokers, but it's also opportunity for agents. And that's the other neat thing that's really not talked a lot about eXp is that everybody is on the same playing field. Whether you're an agent or you're a broker, you have the same opportunity to make revenue share.
And especially if you're in an urban environment or a rural environment, you are able to access the cloud in the same teaching that you would get in Boston as you would get in Des Moines, Iowa. And it's just, that's what I absolutely love about the accessibility of the cloud and the opportunity to learn from some of the best in the business.
Yeah, and one of the other things that if you're a real entrepreneur, I mean, we offer unbelievable splits from day one. We offer revenue share, as you mentioned, which is totally transparent. It's not profit share, and maybe that's something that you can quickly talk about to let people understand, because you came from that environment. What is profit share and what is revenue share?
Well, it's funny. Profit share was my exit strategy at the time. That's why I chose the cities that I went to. I went to Charlotte, I went to Nashville, I went to Austin, I went to Raleigh, because of the profitability of each of the offices. And so right now I've got 168 agents in my Keller Williams downline. Last month I made $1,350 total for profit share. And to me, that is not truly an exit strategy. Don't get me wrong, I appreciate the additional money, but if I'm going to provide for my family and attract 168 agents to the company, I'm going to want to make sure, especially the involvement that I've got with them, that there is something there to help provide for my family in the future. So I believe that truly the amount, that revenue share that they're able to enjoy versus the profit of what goes into paying the offices and paying the admin staff and paying the lights and paying the insurance and all those other things, why not be able to share that with the agents that really, really help the agents be successful?
Wait a second, I just have to digest that again. You had 168 people under you, and your highest check, profit share check, was
No, not highest, just last month.
Okay. So just, and I won't mention any names, but we're only roughly at about maybe 45 agents here in Virginia. And I can say that we've already got some agents that may have 10 people underneath them that are making $1,500 to $1,800 in revenue share already.
Gotcha. Well, I did a fun exercise about a month and a half ago of my profit share line, and I actually wrote down the numbers exactly. And
Oh.
this is a crazy number. But that month I had made 1,400 in profit share, and it would have been close to $14,500 for the same amount of production with eXp versus Keller
Wow.
Williams.
Now that's somebody who was actually in the trenches there, and this is just not a theory. You're actually comparing
Those are real numbers.
real numbers. And one at home that's watching this, an agent or a broker, they'd scratch their head and they'd say, how is this possible? And I like to phrase it, it's real simple. We don't have big overhead buildings, and the money that would normally go back into paying for that infrastructure, capital expenditures, insurance, all the things that go into it, which is very expensive, goes back into our agents and brokers' pockets. That's it. And we use technology to collaborate, communicate, and educate.
Absolutely, and we are also all truly stockholders in the company, and that's what I love about we are all our own ALC, because we are trying to make the company as profitable as possible. And sorry if I'm speaking in Keller Williams terms, just because that's all I knew before, but we are all helping make the company as profitable as possible, because we are truly all shareholders. If you sell a home, you receive shares of stock. If you introduce someone to the company, you receive shares of stock. And it's absolutely amazing that we are truly the first agent-owned brokerage. There's not just one person that owns our company, and there's not a whole lot of shareholders out there in the general public that own our company. Our agents are the true shareholders of our company.
Yeah, you said something earlier which was really hit it on the head. I know that a few years back, a number of brokerages were sucking wind because the economy was bad, and they went belly up, and our company right now is profitable, and we have such low overhead that only as we expand is that, I don't want to get into all the financial terms, but we are set regardless of what type of market comes along.
Absolutely, and it's amazing. I know that you're excited, and I'm excited about the expansion into further markets, and also the ability to grow our current markets into levels that it doesn't need the additional bricks and mortar. We have, and I know you're aware of this, but it's really cool. We have a national agreement with Regus. Just today, I had one of my real estate agents here in Atlanta ask me where the nearest Regus space is to her, and it was about 20 miles north of Atlanta. But we have 16 spaces that agents can go work out of, which is absolutely amazing on a daily basis. And I know you probably got some in Virginia, and they're all across the country, and you literally just show your business card and go in there and work. And so we have offices all over the place, and it's amazing.
Well, going back to where I was before, I had probably had one of the nicest facilities there, and if you ask me how many times I brought clients there, I would honestly say never. In 10 years plus, I never brought clients there.
Right.
But you're absolutely right. The Regus facilities, I've got you beat. Here in the Washington, D.C. metro area, we have 38 locations.
Wow.
I mean, and these are, Class A facilities. I go to the Reston Town Center, and it's right next to, Rolls-Royce, and on the 14th floor, really sharp facilities. So if our agents need an office, for the brokerage that doesn't have any offices, we have offices everywhere.
And our fees are only $50 a month, and that literally includes that as well. So you business centers by just showing your business card.
I get a smile on my face because every week when we get together, this company, and it's going to sound really cheesy, but it's kind of rejuvenated me. I've been doing this for 16, 17 years, and I know it has with a lot of other people that have come on board. It's made real estate fun again.
Absolutely, and just the possibility of expansion. I mean, I know just today we're looking to go into the North Georgia mountains, and we're joining a new MLS there, and have agents that are joining. And our in upstate. So I'm right there with you. I've never been so excited.
I'm going to put on another slide here, just talking about one thing, which is. Whoop. Did I freeze up a little bit there?
Just a little.
Okay. Okay, here we go. Uh, One of the things that's unique about this company is because we don't have the overhead, we use a lot of the technology to collaborate, there's really three ways for agents and brokers to make money. First is your traditional selling commissions. And we have our structure there. It's right out there. It's an 80-20 split from day one. And I came from a 100% model. So initially, that doesn't sound so great. I was at 100%. But what you don't realize, at least in my model, was I was paying a check every month of close to $1,100-$1,200, and then on top of that, I had to pay for websites, CRM, my 800 number, and it started to add up. And when I did a true comparison of my 100% model, I still made more money with eXp under the 80-20 because of that flat fee that I paid every month and all the expenses that I had. You hit it on the nail. For $50 a month, an agent can get, unbelievable tech tools, Regis facility, 15 to 20 live classes a week. And then we talk about the compensation. Regular commission, I can then get revenue share, and this is something that has been just launched here recently, that our agents and brokers earn stock in the company just by selling real estate. Tell me how,
real tradable stuff.
Tell me how that makes you feel.
Absolutely, it's amazing, and it's we talk about you never step out of a hamster.
Yep. We're getting you in, freezing up a little bit there.
Yep. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, go ahead and repeat that, Ian. You froze up just a little bit.
It's literally your first opportunity to step out of the hamster wheel of running so fast and the view never changing to work somewhere. You actually have stock to show for it. You have revenue share to show for it. It's the best team building opportunity anywhere with any company right now.
You know how excited my agents were when they received that email saying that you've just earned stock? Now, one of the things that I'm going to share up on the board here, Ian, is the actual rev share. And while he's getting unfrozen there, revenue share is very different than profit share. It's very, very straightforward. You bring in somebody on your first level, you get a percentage, 3.5% of their gross commission until they cap. As soon as you get 5, you go to the next level and you get an additional percentage on your second layer. And I don't want to get into all the details. I'd love for anybody that's watching this that is curious about how this whole financial revenue share model works. Anybody that's watching this can come into our virtual office or cloud office anytime and learn about the compensation plan. We would love for you to come in, no strings attached. We're a very open brokerage, and you can learn how this is, in essence, the highest revenue share plan in the business. I can't say it any simpler than that.
And David, what this allows you to do is literally be part of the company. I mean, as you're a stockholder, you're also really enjoying part of the revenue of the company, which helps you want to grow the company as well and make it a better place.
Absolutely. What I'm going to share here, Ian, is the next wonderful thing that this company rolled out was just what you said, stock. We right now have a owner equity program that if our agents make their first closing this year, they get 100 shares of eXp stock. Once they've capped with the company, they get 1,000 shares of stock, and then they also are able to earn stock for bringing an agent or broker onto the company, which is, like you said, it makes them a true owner, agent-owned brokerage.
And David, I might add, earlier you asked, what was the reason why I left Keller Williams? the stock is the reason why, the true reason why I came to eXp on top of everything else, is the opportunity to be actually an owner of the company and help, grow it and be involved with it and have this opportunity. I've been trading stocks since I was 14 years old, and to witness a company that is on a growth rate like this and the opportunity to be involved in this from a tradable stock is just, it's a once in a lifetime opportunity.
Yeah. Yeah, no, absolutely. And one of the things that I get is, yeah, but what's the stock trading at today? And I say, I don't know. They probably asked that same thing at Amazon when the stocks launched in 1995, but it's worth a whole lot more now than it was back then, and
Absolutely.
I didn't have that before.
Nope. And what's the one rule of stock? You want to buy low and sell high.
Right. Hey, listen, I could talk all day here, but we try to keep these to roughly about a half an hour and just kind of wet the whistle of folks that are watching this. I'm sure that people have a lot of questions about the company, more details about the compensation. How do I get started? Expansion and things like that. For those that are watching, and you've been invited by Ian and myself, if you're watching it on Google+, if you look to, I'm not sure if it's to the left or to the right, there's actually a link there on the showcase where you could click Ian's website. It'll go to him. You can register. You can click mine and go there, or you can go to one of the other websites that the video is being posted on. You might be watching it on a website. It might be below. Click on it. Fill in your name. It's very confidential, and we'll have somebody follow up with you and actually go into more detail about this wonderful company and all the unique things that are happening. Oh, I would be remiss if I didn't share what we just launched this week. I'm going to let you share that. Conversion.
And you're freezing up on me a little, but if you can hear me, we launched conversion for all of our agents across the country, which is absolutely amazing. It's one of the best lead generation tools out there, and our agents get it for free, included for their $50 a month. And if they were to go purchase it off the shelf, you're talking about $300 to $400 a month on average, plus startup fees. And eXp is covering the cost for that for all of our agents across the country.
For those of you who aren't familiar with conversion, it's if you're using any type of lead generation website, Boomtown or Market Leader, or you pay a lot of money for these sites. And normally, if you were just to be in a regular old brokerage and contact conversion, you'd pay $400 or $500 to get it up and going, and you'd probably pay another $400 a month. Every agent and broker gets it for free, part of their $50 tech fee. And this is an IDX. So you might be paying for an IDX right now. It's an IDX. It's a website. It's a CRM system. And let me tell you, talk about cutting-edge follow-up tools. We're very excited about this.
What about the CMA platform? How awesome is that? I mean, you put your address in, they get a value, send a postcard for you. I mean, it's amazing. It's turnkey.
Yeah, it's, what I try to tell my agents here in Virginia is, there's a fine line between having excitement and being pushy. But this company really kind of gets you giddy because it almost seems unreal. The compensation, the education, the true collaboration. I mean, the model is set up that anybody that comes on board, I really genuinely want them to succeed. Because, let's face it, there's a little bit of a financial interest, but it's also we're team members.
Absolutely. And the agents aren't working towards paying for everything with the office. They're working towards additional technology, additional growth, additional leverage, and it's just amazing.
Yeah. So we have an education session on Thursdays where we have, throughout the week we'll have anywhere between 15 and 20 classes, and we have some I really mean this, some world-class instructors. Pam Ostrowski, who's a Brian Tracy certified focal point coach, is one of our coaches, and she helps us with our set up a business vision. We have what we call our WTM guys, Gabe, Eddie, Kirk, Assad, and Jeffrey Bittner, who are there to help us with any type of tech questions. And Ian, I knew that I was with the right company. I was up in New York at the Inman conference when they had all the speakers and all the high-tech stuff for real estate. And I quickly realized about halfway through the day, a lot of the stuff had already been covered with eXp with our trainers. And it's kind of a light bulb went on saying, wow, I'm really with a good group here. How have you felt since your transition over here with the classes? Yep, and we have a little bit of a... So we're going to wrap up.
David, you froze.
Yep.
Hey, David, can I just touch on one thing? You froze up on me for 1 second.
Please do. Yes.
But I also invite people to go look at our YouTube eXp channel. Just Google eXp YouTube and take a look at some of the classes that are being taught. We're also doing monthly reviews right now where anyone can go in and watch and keep their eye on what we're doing. And you can actually enjoy and utilize some of the resources that we've got. And if you really enjoy it, reach out to one of us and ask us some more questions. So I think that's a great opportunity to really introduce people and show them what we're all about and what kind of technology we're offering to our agents.
Well, listen. First I want to thank you for taking time. I know that you have small children and you're going to put them to bed as I do. One of the unique things about this company is that it saves me time, and I actually like being with my family. So the more time I have is time that I cherish. And this is if you're thinking about switching brokerages, even if you're not thinking, you owe it to yourself to check out what eXp is doing. And we're not for everybody. If you need to be in an office and drink bad coffee, then we're not for you. But for those that are, give it a look. I think you're going to find it really surprising that this company is creeping up on a lot of brokerages nationally.
Well, and David, it's interesting to say that because I always say, and I think that really what we look for is agents that are looking to take their business to the next level, and that's really what we're seeing in Atlanta.
Say that one more time because you froze up.
Gotcha. Really kind of what I like to talk to agents about is that our company's not for everyone and everyone's not for us.
Right.
And so it's, we've got agents wanting to take their business to another level of business. It's not just new agents. So we've got agents that are really wanting to take their business to the next level, and we're allowing them to do that, and we've got some great success stories.
That's awesome. Well, listen, we're going to wrap up here. Again, Ian, thank you so much for your time. This was great, and I'm sure we'll do another one of these in the future here as we're rolling out new things or opening up states, or maybe you've got a big announcement there. But like I said, if you are watching this, whether live or recorded, click on the link, give us a call, go to the website, and we'll introduce you to an unbelievable company that really puts a smile on my face and really has been a game changer for a lot of agents and brokers across the country, and we're just so grateful for it. So, signing off from eXp Realty in the cloud. We'll talk to you later. Thanks again.
David, thank you for having me.
You got it, buddy. Take care.
Have a good night.